this going on? And was there a conflict that you saw? Because I think your perspective is so important, a conflict between the people who are running the show and the family in terms of what's best for Wendy?
I don't think no one knew exactly.
All right, listen to this. Turns out there's been a lot of low-key shady stuff going on around Wendy Williams that she kept hidden this whole time. But this situation with Kevin Hunter might be the wildest yet. And hold up, now Wendy's first husband is stepping in, speaking out on her situation, and putting Kevin on full blast. According to her ex, Bert Grigory, Kevin allegedly played a role in Wendy's health issues from the very beginning. He's claiming Kevin was giving her certain substances to keep her under control, even knowing she had been dealing with addiction for years. Now here's what's crazy. Bert stayed completely silent about Wendy ever since they split. But seeing how bad things have gotten, he felt like he had no choice but to finally speak up. Right now, we all know Wendy is dealing with serious health problems on top of a messy guardianship situation, to the point where her TV comeback is a big question mark. And this didn't just start yesterday, it's been going on since 2017 when she had those strange on-air moments. When it kept happening, Wendy later revealed she was battling Graves' disease, which affected her expressions and reactions. She also explained that her weight loss came from being on an alkaline diet she was using to try and get better.
Hyperthyroid is attached also to Graves' disease. Graves' disease squeezes the muscles behind your eyeballs. And so that's the reason for...
Williams said it was her viewers who convinced her to get checked out.
That is the eye thing that you all have been saying. You caught it before I did.
Now, hold up. This announcement was no joke. And even though people showed Wendy a lot of grace, something still wasn't fully adding up. There had always been whispers that Wendy was dealing with substance abuse behind the scenes. Some even felt she was a high-functioning addict who kept showing up to work because so many people depended on her. But listen to this. In March 2019, everything flipped. Wendy came out publicly and admitted her addiction had gotten seriously out of control. She even revealed she was staying in a sober living house while trying to get herself together. On top of that, she was attending daily meetings to fight her addiction. She also explained she was on a strict routine with very limited freedom while working toward recovery again.
For some time now, and even today and beyond, I have been living in a sober house.
And listen to this. People who rocked with Wendy before the talk show days started bringing up how she admitted to using coke back in 2003. But at the same time, she kept saying over and over that she had fully recovered. So when this came out, it really hit different because it showed she had been battling this the whole time.
This is not putting words in anybody who might be a substance abuser's mind. But, you know, I was raised better than...
But hold up. It got even worse when we learned that Kevin Hunter and Wendy's team were actually making things harder for her. According to Bert, he and Wendy started dating back in 1992 while she was at 98.7 KISS FM. They were together about 2 years and everything seemed normal until they were about to tie the knot. Bert never saw Wendy take substances around him, but he did notice her personality shifting. Sometimes, he says, it felt like she became a completely different person. When they married in 1994, Bert tried helping her, and she did put in effort to improve, making progress until their marriage ended a year later. After the divorce, Bert kept tabs on Wendy to make sure she stayed on track. All that stopped when Kevin Hunter came into the picture around 1996, and they married in 1997. Kevin wasn't just her husband, he was manager, business partner, and a key decision-maker in her life. He was reportedly strict and controlling, so much that people avoided Wendy because of him. Wendy let Kevin take the lead, trusting him to keep her steady during the early talk show years. But in reality, he did the opposite, blocking opportunities with his negative image and street hustler reputation. Kevin worried Wendy might value her career over him, and remember, she was already ambitious before meeting him. She had hustled through college, internships, and radio jobs before becoming a top-rated presenter. Even though Wendy later depended on Kevin, Bert says she had the upper hand at the start of their relationship. To keep her tied down, Kevin reportedly reintroduced substances until she relapsed. Yet he also controlled it so she'd stay sharp enough to make money when needed. Everyone on her team saw this, but few could speak up without risking their jobs. One of the first to confirm Bert's account was DJ Booth, who left Wendy's show suddenly with no explanation. It turns out he couldn't watch staff sit back while Wendy struggled. When a fan suggested she stop the show, DJ Booth responded, saying everyone was scared to speak up for fear of losing jobs. And baby, that's exactly how it played out. Rumor had it Kevin realized controlling her was easy when she wasn't fully herself mentally. Then there was Sharina, who reportedly planned it all with Kevin. Keeping Wendy dependent on drugs and him explains why she covered for him and fought to save the marriage even after cheating and theft. The sad truth? Wendy trusted the wrong person the entire time. Even with reports of dementia, one thing she remembered clearly was Kevin and the betrayal he put her through.
Is Wendy Hunter. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And divorced.
Yes.
He's got no money. Yeah.
And listen, the internet is not holding back on Kevin, and honestly, he's 80% the reason Wendy ended up like this. We all know it, and I don't doubt he's fully aware of what went down, since he was the one calling most of the shots. Kevin let people take advantage of Wendy, plain and simple. He's to blame, her husband, yet selfish, unfaithful, and greedy. He allowed, even fueled, so much of her grief and public humiliation. I'll admit, I was never a huge Wendy fan, but seeing her left to struggle while battling serious medical and emotional issues has been truly heartbreaking.